Bakas ang takot sa mukha ng mga batang ito. Ilan lang sila sa mga biktima ng magnitude 7.8 na lindol noong July 16, 1990.
Samantala, nakapalob ang Pilipinas sa tinatawag na Pacific Ring of Fire, kaya mas madalas tayo makaranas sa lindol at pagsabog ng bulkan.
An earthquake is a natural phenomenon caused by the constant movement of tectonic plates. These are the large slabs of rock that make up our Earth's crust. On July 16, 1990, an earthquake with a 7.8 magnitude struck the island of Luzon, resulting in destruction and loss of life all over the region. Now known as the Great Luzon Earthquake of 1990, it has been regarded as one of the strongest earthquakes to strike the Philippines in the 20th century. The earthquake's epicenter was located in Rizal, Nueva Ecija. Nonetheless, its intensity was felt all over Luzon, the cities of Baguio, Cabanatuan, and Dagupan being the worst affected. Along with the collapse of buildings, bridges, and infrastructure, Philvox recorded hundreds of thousands of landslides brought by this seismic event. The lives of 2,412 people were claimed, with thousands more injured. Now that we know the danger that earthquakes bring, it is important to know how to keep safe and to avoid injury. Before an earthquake, you must prepare first aid kits or have go bags that contain disaster supplies such as canned goods, a flashlight, and a whistle. Don't pack unnecessary items in your go bag such as toys or items that aren't really needed during an earthquake. Familiarize yourself with the evacuation plans of your location or develop an emergency plan in your household. Don't disregard your location's evacuation plans and take earthquakes as a joke. During an earthquake, you must follow your building's evacuation plan. Don't use elevators as you may get stuck inside. Practice the drop, cover, and hold method to protect you during an earthquake and to make sure that you avoid any injuries. Don't take cover near objects like curtains, windows, or locations that may collapse. After an earthquake, you must constantly check for news updates regarding the current situation of the earthquake. Don't stay near any buildings, bridges, and roads that are at risk of collapse. Check your building for any safety hazards, such as plugged appliances. Don't use electrical appliances or gas-powered appliances. As for Makati's plan for earthquake evacuation, we will be flashing on the screen the necessary emergency hotlines. The hotlines are namely the NDRRMC, Red Cross, the Department of Public Works and Highways, the Philippine Coast Guard, and for the Makati hotlines, the Public Safety DEP, and the Rescue Hotline. Since the Philippines is an earthquake-prone country, an effective disaster plan that we should adopt is one coming from Japan, which, after suffering the Great Kanto earthquake's vast destruction of homes and buildings and countless lives lost, Japan was driven to advance disaster preparedness. Japan first began with its infrastructure, which the standards for, as listed in the Building Standards Act, are set remarkably high for them. They are designed to withstand earthquakes by absorbing the force of seismic motions, with flexible structures that allow the building to sway rather than resist the earthquake's movement. Japan also sends out early earthquake warnings. Just as a detected earthquake starts, the Japan Meteorological Agency issues alerts to the general public through media outlets like TV and radio. With these early warnings, citizens can immediately respond by slowing down railways, suspending work or factory lines in progress, and shutting down elevators or other machinery to ensure safety. Earthquakes can also have negative impacts on education, as according to DepEd, face-to-face and online classes shall be automatically suspended for schools located in LGUs where Philvox declares an earthquake with PEISV or above. Second, earthquakes can cause major damages to educational facilities. These damages may take even weeks or even years to repair, as it depends on the severity of the situation. this becomes a hindrance to the education of thousands or even millions of students. Lastly, earthquakes can disrupt the academic progress of students. This is because reduced class attendance can result in the delay of meeting curriculum requirements. Earthquakes also have a negative impact on society, as it causes the destruction of infrastructure. Damaging earthquakes, if not properly dealt with, can lead to the destruction of public and private buildings, the displacement of individuals within the area, and the loss of many lives. Second, it also hinders the access to vital utilities. Accessing these critical utilities, such as clean water, electricity, and transportation, can be restricted if there is an earthquake. For our economy, earthquakes cause negative impacts on them as well, as it causes monetary damages to infrastructure. Earthquakes in the Philippines cause billions of pesos worth of damage per year. For example, earthquakes caused 2.8 billion pesos worth of damage in 2023, making them the second most damaging disaster, only behind tropical cyclones. Lastly, it also causes the waste of perishable goods. Earthquakes can stop the transportation of important goods to and from an area, which in the case of perishable goods like vegetables, can deem that batch to be useless and lost, which this also affects the ability of farmers to earn and make a living for themselves. While it is impossible to stop an earthquake, good governance and individual responsibility can reduce the harm caused by these events when they inevitably occur.